Thinking used car? Finally, there's a place just for you. Motor Trend Orlando, the all-new used car superstore. All makes, all models, all certified, all at one place. Hundreds of vehicles. Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Ford, Chevy, Lexus. All makes, all models. Prices up to 65% off original MSRP. All Motor Trend certified vehicles. Finally, the name you can trust in used cars. Motor Trend Orlando. Check it out at mtorlando.com or visit our 35,000-foot indoor showroom today. Motor Trend Orlando.
Because her father abused her. And her mother couldn't believe her. She is the child I am for. I am a volunteer child advocate. I am you.
Florida residents call toll-free 866-341-1425.
Hi, this is Danny Ramos from Hispanic Speak Out. Welcome. We've been on the air for 16 years bringing you information that's important to the Hispanic bilingual community. Today we'll be talking about health insurance. And now the enrolling period for health insurance has already started in the United States, and we're here with Juan Musab from Allied Marketing, which is the agency that represents Florida Blue. And this information is very important, so it's important that you just sit down and take a minute to listen to the information that's going to be given to you about enrolling for your insurance. All right, Juan, how important it is to be diligent about enrolling now before the deadline?
Well, Danny, thank you again for having us here. And the most important thing is for people to understand is that you only have one opportunity during the year where you can enroll and make any changes as far as getting into a new plan or a new insurance. So this is the time. We only have 12 more days to enroll. So don't wait until the last minute. Enroll now, because even though you can still enroll outside of the open enrollment if you qualify for a special event, but it's not always the case. Not everybody.
When is the final date?
The final date is December 15th.
Wow.
So we really
right there,
getting
right
to the
there.
deadline. Yeah. So
what is the importance, the actual importance of people talking to an agent about their insurance plan?
Well, like you said, and we talked about in previous interviews, health insurance has gotten very complicated for a regular, citizen to understand the process and how to qualify for a subsidy and stuff like that. So and our agents are all licensed by the state of Florida. We constantly doing training and keeping up to date with all the changes, with all the laws, so we know how to make the process easier and painless for our members. So you don't have to understand all the process as long as you see with a licensed insurance agent, and we will help you get into the plan that is the best for your specific need and for your budget.
Okay. So budget plays a major role on how much coverage you can get.
That's correct. That's
Okay.
correct. And we always say that the best plan you can get is the one that you can afford.
Okay. And are there, within the context of what you can afford, it still has to be complicated. I mean, it's just not what you can afford. There's options and situations within the context of what you can afford. So if I can afford a certain amount of money within my area of being able to afford that, there's selections that I have to make and be aware of laws or new changes in the policy.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the Affordable Care Act. Besides the political issue and what you believe or you don't want or you want or not, the Affordable Care Act has given the opportunity to a lot of low-income family to be able to have a good quality plan. So based on your income and the size of your family and your household, you are entitled to a subsidy. That subsidy is a tax credit, and that tax credit you get it on a monthly installment that is used to pay part or all of your premium. Now, a lot of people can qualify for a zero payment on a monthly basis for their insurance, but all that qualify for maybe 50, 20, it all depends on your income and household. Now, within whatever you are able to pay on a monthly basis, you will always have different options to choose from.
Okay, the tax credit, I'd like you to explain that again. So the government has allowed you a tax credit based
That's
upon
correct.
your income. So if you are lower income, you get a higher tax credit.
Correct.
But that tax credit can be applied on a monthly basis.
Correct.
And credited on a monthly
Yes.
basis to your healthcare bill.
Premium, yeah.
To your premium.
So the credit is like any other tax credit, like the earned income credit, the American Opportunity Credit. The only difference is that you get that in advance, like you said, in monthly payments, and you use that for your monthly premium. Now, it is important for people to understand that that credit is specifically based on income and household size. So you have to, although you don't have to be exact on how much you expect to make on the current year, but you have to have a really good estimate because it's going to be based on that. So if you put on the application one amount and then you end up making way more than that, then you will be charged whatever difference when you do your taxes.
At the end of the year.
Correct,
At
because
the end of the year.
you have to reconcile. You
Okay.
have to reconcile it when you do your taxes, that credit.
Okay, okay. Now, if you need medications, right, and those medications, you need it, the doctor says you need it consistently. You need that medication for you or your child, your wife, whatever. You need it consistently. How important it is to make sure that the old plan covers it.
Okay, so the law says that all the plans have to have at least one prescription per condition. Now, we have brand names, we have generic. The good thing to do is to always look at your plan or ask your agent to explain the different tiers and how much you are responsible to pay for. Basically, most of the plan you don't pay nothing for the generic medication. So we suggest that you always go for the generic if it does the benefit that you're looking for.
Is there any difference in medication that's generic and brand name? It's just the name of the brand?
It's just the name.
But it's exactly the same.
Yes, because, we're not attorneys or anything like that, but based on what we know, when they develop a new medication, they have a patent, and I believe it's for 20 years, something like that. After that patent expire, anybody can make it. You just look up they know what are the ingredients and the chemicals, and they can make it. So the only difference between a brand name and a generic is just the name.
Okay, so if I was taking a medication last year and that medication still fell under a trademark or under the 20-year period, I'm buying a brand name. Now, if that expired, the company 20-year expired, then I could stop buying the brand name, which is probably a lot more expensive.
A lot more.
A lot more expensive,
Yep.
and get a generic and save a lot of money
lot
on
of
the
money.
medications.
That's
but the
correct.
insurance pays for it anyway,
Yes.
regardless.
Yes, but sometimes when you buy brand, you might be able, required to pay a higher copays.
Yeah, I know that I've had a medication. I know a friend of mine who is a Vietnam vet. He was very, very sick. He had a heart situation. And his medication was costing like $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
But it was a brand name. Okay, and then
it can be very expensive.
it can be really, really
Yep.
expensive.
They can.
It can be obscenely expensive, and that's very controversial right now. Because there's a big thing about how come Canada can sell medication so cheap, and in the United States it's 10 times, 20 times more money.
Yeah, I know people that they buy diabetic medication from overseas.
Yeah. Is that legal?
I'm not too sure about that, but I know people that they do that because some medication here are just way too expensive.
I know. I also had a personal experience where there was a particular pill. I went down to Walgreens and I went down to CVS, and it was $26 per pill.
Wow.
Okay? And then I found out something in Canada, and Canada was selling it for $4 a pill.
Wow.
So obviously it's still within that 20-year period that the company's still controlling
Taking
the pricing.
advantage, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that changes. But anyway, if you have good insurance, you know, and that's the important thing about this. You have to get to a good agent that knows his stuff, that doesn't want to process you like a factory.
Exactly.
Who's taking the time to talk to you and identify your family needs and the patterns that you need in order to maintain your family's health.
Yeah.
So the agent, it makes a world of difference.
Yes, and I want to add to that every time you go to see your agent, make sure that besides the information about the income and your family and personal information, if you're taking any medication, make sure you take that list of the medication with you to your agent so they can go over and make sure that all your medications are covered. Mm-hmm. Also, if you see any specialists, any primary doctor that you want to continue to see, make sure you bring those names so the agent can actually look it up and make sure they are within the network.
Does that usually happen, that if you have a doctor, for example, that they are in the networks, or do people who buy insurance have to make adjustments?
Yeah, I mean, not all the providers are in all the networks. So you want to make sure that before you choose a plan, if you're not willing to change your doctor, you want to make sure that that doctor is in the plan that you want to.
Are there limitations to, let's say that I have an agent and I'm signed up. I only speak to them once a year, or if I have an issue, I have questions, I can call. You guys are there all the time.
Yeah, at Ally Marketing, we are open year-round, and we are always available to answer any question.
Okay.
Yeah. So, whatever issue you may have during the year with your plan, you can always give us a call, and we will do everything in our power to help you.
Okay. So again, the enrollment period is now. It's over December 15th.
Yes.
So you have to get on it.
12 more days.
Yeah. So if you haven't done it, you're going to have to do it right away, or else you're going to get in trouble with your insurance, and maybe not have the same opportunities that you would have under your regular enrollment.
Correct.
Also, there might be some facts that people have to look up, and the agent may have to get back to you and get to find out more information, which will kill a couple of days. So you have to really, really take this very seriously, because it affects the health of your family and your children, and how they will be treated for the next whole year by medical practitioners and hospitals and everybody else. So you don't want to get into a hole with that, because you may find yourself, because you didn't do it the right way, that you're paying for prescriptions that you might not have had to have paid for, So how did they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so our number is 407-401-9198, and we are open from Monday through Saturday. So don't procrastinate. Give us a call right now, and we're going to make sure that you enroll in the best plan for you and your family. Okay,
don't forget the enrollment period is over December 15th.
Only a few days
So you
left.
got to get on it, okay? This is Danny Ramos. We're going to take a break now. And thank you, and I hope everything works out, and this is very important for the Hispanic community particularly.
Thank you for having me, Danny.
Okay, great.
Thinking used car? Finally, there's a place just for you. Motor Trend Orlando, the all-new used car superstore. All makes, all models, all certified, all at one place. Hundreds of vehicles. Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Ford, Chevy, Lexus. All makes, all models. Prices up to 65% off original MSRP. All Motor Trend certified vehicles. Finally, the name you can trust in used cars. Motor Trend Orlando. Check it out at mtorlando.com or visit our 35,000-foot indoor showroom today. Motor Trend Orlando.
Because her father abused her. And her mother couldn't believe her. She is the child I am for. I am a volunteer child advocate. I am you.
Florida residents call toll-free 866-341-1425.
Hola Florida! Introducing Boricua Beer and Taino Light Beer. Boricua and Taino Light are crafted beers that are rich in flavors and brewed right here in Florida. Taino beer has a crisp, refreshing Caribbean flavor style when enjoyed chilled. Boricua beer is a craft ale with full body flavor that is a beer drinker's beer. Boricua and Taino Light Beers. Enjoy responsibly.
Thinking used car? Finally, there's a place just for you. Motor Trend Orlando, the all-new used car superstore. All makes, all models, all certified, all at one place. Hundreds of vehicles. Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Ford, Chevy, Lexus. All makes, all models. Prices up to 65% off original MSRP. All Motor Trend certified vehicles. Finally, the name you can trust in used cars. Motor Trend Orlando. Check it out at mtorlando.com or visit our 35,000-foot indoor showroom today. Motor Trend Orlando.
Hi, I'm Danny Ramos, and welcome to our new TV show, which will be airing weekly, called Be Healthy. Now, there is no show in the Hispanic community, absolutely none, talking about health and health care for the Hispanic community on television. And we're broadcasting on Spectrum Cable. It's part of the Hispanic Achiever broadcast program. Hispanic Achiever is a nonprofit organization. We're a nonprofit broadcaster, but on a mini scale, just like PBS. And we're bringing you, Be Healthy will be bringing you shows every single week about the health issues that affect the Hispanic community, children, adults, and seniors. So it's very important that you tune in to us, you get our emails, and then follow up so that you can be informed on the new healthcare situations that are going on that affect you. Also, just as an announcement, we just made an arrangement with iHeart Broadcasting to broadcast Be Healthy every Saturday at 1 p.m. with call-ins. So you will be able to actually listen to the show and actually ask doctors questions about your concerns. And I'm here today with Juan Masab. He represents Allied Marketing, and Allied Marketing is the agents for Florida Blue and all the plans that Florida Blue offers, which is, you know, going to get medical insurance is a nightmare. You know it and I know it. I'm right now renewing my medical insurance myself, and I put in a call the other day, and I'm waiting for the call back because things change in the healthcare system, what's going on with government and the changes that government are making between what happened with Obamacare and then what's happening with the Trump administration. I mean, you have to really, really know what's going on in order to be able to get the best possible, most cost-effective plan. So Juan is supposed to be the genius in that area. So Juan, I know what I just said was, you know, is true. You know, I don't even want to approach looking at healthcare plans because I know that I never ask the right questions. So tell us about what a family should be looking at when they want to do a healthcare plan.
Well, you're absolutely right, Danny. And I mean, after the Affordable Care Act got into effect, the enrollment for the health insurance completely changed. It's not the same anymore, and we come across these people on a daily basis that they have no idea how to go about these, you know, the process of getting into health insurance. But the good thing is that we are here to help. We at Allied Marketing, myself and all the other agents are state licensed, and we get all the certification on a yearly basis, and our job is to make the process as painless as possible for our clients. Now, there are three main components that will determine if a person qualifies or not for health insurance, or for the subsidy, I should say. And these are the age of that person or the family members that are enrolling into a plan, the size of the household, and also the income of the household. And I do want to clarify that as far as household, you know, it's very common for many different family or taxpayer living in the same roof. But for the purpose of this application, a household is determined by the amount of people on the tax return application. So let's say for
so it's going to be dependents.
Exactly. So for a family of a husband and wife and two dependents, that household is composed of 4 people. So it's for that application is the amount of people on that tax return.
Okay, you mentioned subsidy. So are you saying that the government subsidizes health care based upon the size of the family or the age, or?
Yes, The subsidy that people get through the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare, which is commonly known, and is a tax credit.
Okay.
It's the same way as the American Opportunity Credit, the Earned Income Credit. It's a tax credit. The only difference is that people receive that credit or choose to receive that credit in advance on a monthly installment that is then used to pay for the premium.
And that comes off their taxes at the end of the year?
Well, it's not, I mean, you have to be as close as possible as a projection
Right.
of your income,
Right.
so you won't have to pay any of that money back.
Okay.
So if you say you're going to make $20,000 and you make $20,000, then you don't have to pay any of that money back. But if you say you're going to earn 20 and you end up making 40, then they're going to prorate it, and
Right.
you're going to have to pay some of that money back eventually.
Okay. So your job is to hold people's hand and take them through the process to get them the best possible situation for health care.
Correct.
Now, I just want to go off track here a little bit. Is Obamacare being totally phased out now? What's the situation with that? But people hear a lot, you know what I mean? You turn on one TV station, no, we're getting rid of Obamacare. You talk to a politician, no, we're getting rid of Obamacare. And you talk to another politician, no, we're not getting rid of Obamacare.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you know, sometimes the media can be very confusing.
Yeah.
And people listening to the wrong information get frustrated. But as far as what we know right now, there is no Obamacare is not going nowhere. It's still a law, and there's still subsidy for people that qualify.
Okay. What are the differences between individual and family plans? And are there deductibles? How does it work?
Well, there are really no difference between individual and family plan as far as coverage or benefits. The only main difference between a family and individual plan is that a family plan will have a family deductible and a family maximum out of pocket, which, I mean, is sometimes can be confusing for regular people to understand, but as long as you sit down with an agent that knows, they will be able to explain exactly what's the difference between the two. But as far as the coverage and the benefit, they're both the same.
Okay. When a person applies, are they required to tell in the application all of their predetermined history, diabetes, high blood pressure, all of that? And will that determine the price they pay?
That is a great question, but one of the best things of the Affordable Care Act is that the pre-existing condition is not taken into consideration for a premium, or a person cannot be denied coverage for any pre-existing condition.
Do they have to pay more because they have those pre-existing conditions?
No,
Okay.
the premium is mainly based on age and
Let's stop there.
Okay. Who is that, Andrea?
Andrea.
Okay, bring her in.
So let's start over with that sentence. The premium is based upon.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2.
So the premium is mainly based on the age of the individual, not necessarily the pre-existing condition. So nobody will be denied coverage based on any pre-existing condition.
Okay. What about if you have a plan, you're happy with that plan? Everybody always remember the Obama thing. If you can, you got a plan that you're happy with, you can keep it. And then that, I don't know. I'm saying that because it sticks in my head, not because I know what the hell I'm talking about when it comes to the medical plans. But if I have a plan and I have a doctor that I want to keep, can I keep that?
The short answer to that is yes. If you have a plan and you like that plan and you had that plan through the Affordable Care Act, then you can keep it. Now, that can be dangerous in many ways because if you don't do nothing, you will be automatically renewing to the plan. But remember that we talk about income being one of the main qualifiers to determine the subsidy. So let's say, for example, a 30-year-old male with $12,200 reported on his previous application, right? You know that any federal government subsidy will always use the federal poverty guideline, and that always changes every year.
The poverty line.
Yeah.
Really? I
Yes.
thought that.
Every
and what's
year-
that based upon? The increase in.
Increase on the cost of living.
Okay.
So, like for example, for previous year, the federal poverty guideline for a single individual was the minimum to qualify for a subsidy was 12,140. So if that person on that application reported 12,200, is just slightly above the minimum, right? So for this year, the minimum for a single person is 12,490. So if that individual doesn't do anything and let the plan auto-renew, it might auto-renew, but the person can also be left without a plan. Now the most dangerous part is that if it does auto-renew and that person does not qualify for a subsidy and that person has the automatic payments with the company, how much you think they're going to charge on January 1st? They're going to charge the complete premium without a subsidy.
Exactly.
So that's why we always recommend at Ally Marketing to sit down with your agent and go over the different options. You know, plan always. I mean, sometimes plan don't have any changes as far as benefits and stuff like that. But you always want to go through the application, make sure all the information is correct. Any changes needs to be made.
Okay. We're going to run out of time, but I do wanted you to tell us a little bit about Allied Marketing. What is it? What does it do?
Okay, Ally Marketing is the #1 agency of Florida Blue right now, and that's something I'm very proud of, to be a part of that organization. We have more than 900 agents throughout Florida. We have 8 offices. We have offices in Miami, Jacksonville, Orlando, 2 in Tampa, Fort Myers. And you know how we started that conversation, you saying that it's complicated to understand the process. So at Ally Marketing, we are member oriented. So everything we do is to make it easier for our clients to be able to, you know, fix any situation, solve any issues throughout the year. So that's why we not only operate during the open enrollment, which is only 45 days from November 1st to December 15th, but we are open year round. So even if you cannot get in contact with your agent, maybe that agent is on vacation or whatever, we have a customer service team that is always available to help anytime during the year our members to help solve any issues or anything that can be encountered during the year.
Well, okay. Juan, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. And I know you're going to come back because there's going to be a lot more questions about going into November, December about healthcare. And one more thing, don't forget that we're starting with Acción Radio in November, where we're doing live broadcast with the sister station of Rumba Radio is Acción. So we'll be there every Saturday doing a show on Be Healthy and the health problems and issues of Hispanics in Central Florida. This is Danny Ramos on Hispanic Speak Out. We will be talking to you again. Don't go away.
Thinking used car? Finally, there's a place just for you. Motor Trend Orlando, the all-new used car superstore. All makes, all models, all certified, all at one place. Hundreds of vehicles. Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Ford, Chevy, Lexus. All makes, all models. Prices up to 65% off original MSRP. All Motor Trend certified vehicles. Finally, the name you can trust in used cars. Motor Trend Orlando. Check it out at mtorlando.com or visit our 35,000-foot indoor showroom today. Motor Trend Orlando.